Hello and a warm welcome to the Tamil Nadu Brief Weekend Edition. I'm Sam Daniel. Joining us today, Mr. Shankar Jiwal, the DGP of Tamil Nadu and the head of the police force. We're going to speak to him on a range of subjects from law and order, women's safety, drugs, cybercrimes, encounter killings, and police welfare. Thank you very much for your time.
Welcome.
If I can begin with you, the recent Anna University sexual assault case verdict. It came in record 5 months' time, both verdict, conviction, and justice. Can this be the norm now for such cases?
Yes, why not? Definitely, this is a sample case, and why not? Especially, we have verticals of which crime against women and children is the most important vertical. Then, definitely, it is the prevalence of drugs, whichever way you see, the rowdyism and the crime, cybercrime, etc. So these are the focus area where we are trying to see. For example, in crime against women and children, as of now, our charge sheeting rate within 60 days of POCSO cases is more than 96%. So definitely.
What made this possible?
You have to give all to a particular case, which in normal circumstances is not possible, because an investigating officer in general has almost about 100 plus cases in a busy station to investigate and all. So his time and energy gets distributed, resources get distributed. Important cases, for example, this case, if you see, we had 3 women IPS officers joining together and only one case for them, with a team of 30 officers and resources at their placed resources with them. I reviewed the cases every week. Every Friday the case was reviewed, and then definitely the prosecution was also tied up. So there are cases, there are instances where if it is concentrated, results can be achieved very fast. But then accordingly resources and the investigating officers have to be allotted.
Still, when you're talking about who is that person he spoke to from that location, what can you share with us? That
You're talking about Anna University, the accused case?
The accused case.
The judgment is very clear. Till it was not out, we could not be speaking about it. But the judgment is out. The judgment itself has dedicated about 3 pages to that, and the SIT has proven technically very clearly that the phone was, first of all, the CCTV footage, how he has come and gone, what part, etc. The phone, in which mode it was in a flight mode to start with. One of the screenshots which he has taken, particularly, it clearly shows the time, the mode, etc. It has been cross-verified with the service provider as well. Not to leave anything chances, they have gone through 2,500 call data records of all the persons concerned, and based on that, they have come to the conclusion very clearly that it was one-man operation, and he used the particular epithet, "Sir," to intimidate and create alibi for himself. The judgment itself speaks. I am just taking out the cue from judgment and telling you. Yeah.
Crime against women is on the rise in Tamil Nadu, particularly sexual assault on campuses, children in schools being targeted often by teachers themselves. Over time, has the police slipped in some way that has led to this level of abuse?
No, first of all, I will say that let us go into the crime rate of crime against women as such, and we rely on the NCRB stats. We have at many many forums we have spoken about this. The rate is about 22 in Tamil Nadu, the crime rate, whereas 66 is the national average. So we are talking of some states which are much beyond, some state lesser. So Tamil Nadu, if you see that way, statistically itself proves that it is not true that we have a prevalence of crime against women as such. You are, I think, probably referring to this recent spurt in the cases, some school cases and all that reported. These are instances which definitely happen at times, and they are because of more awareness come in. I'll give you an example of a district where we went to one school, and the crime against women and children staff and the social welfare department, we went there, and next day we had 6 complaints. So there are instances throughout the world and definitely country also where crime against children especially sometimes gets suppressed. because it's considered taboo or stigma to report those crimes, and rather parents say that let's not. We have been able to ferret out these cases. I'd like to use the word ferret in a way that we have dug out these cases in a way. I'll give you straight away one statistics which will prove this. 2023, every 100 cases which got reported to police converted into FIR in POCSO. 88 were the cases which were either by the parent or child, means direct references. 12 were referrals. Referrals come to us from 1098 Child Helpline, or Crime Against Women and Children, CWC section, or the Child Welfare Committee, or Child Protection Officer, or teenage pregnancy getting reported from a hospital. 24, the number of cases directly reported, means which complaints came in, was 76. 24 were referrals. This clearly indicates that there is a higher awareness, higher involvement of departments and all. We actually welcome reporting of cases in this category. We welcome, because this is not individual crime. The law sees it as state versus the accused, but these are social crimes because it affects psyche of a child, of a family and all. So from that perspective, the more the cases that come out and in the open public forum, and the accused is fixed, he doesn't commit another crime surreptitiously.
So what you mean is crimes have not increased, but more reporting is being done now.
Reporting also through awareness. I gave you stats of comparison of direct versus this. That is the fact, because it's statistics based. And as I told you, this is a vertical for us, both from awareness point of view as well as prosecution point of view. This year our conviction rate is going to be the highest in maybe last 7-8 years. We are concentrating on that.
There's also a spurt in murders. Some are politicians who are killed, be it Armstrong in Chennai, few whistleblowers in Tirunelveli, Pudukkottai. Of late, elderly couples have been murdered in Tirupur and Erode. How do you explain these?
So, the fact that you are able to refer to 3 specific cases alone in a period of some 4-5 years speaks volumes about the performance of Tamil Nadu police as a preventive action or reactive either. The individual instances do take place. We do try to prevent murders from police point of view where there is a premeditated motive. It is a motive which is because of revenge, because of rowdyism, maybe political, maybe caste-based, communal. There may be instances, some of which you have referred, but only one of them I'll say is like an important case. Rest 2, the investigation is on by CBCID and we will know in due course. The actual number of murders, Tamil Nadu is the only state which has gone down actually. We have a progressive decline of murder over last 3 years, which crime rate wise, because we judge it as a great number of cases per lakh of population. So population is going up and absolute murders is coming down. This speaks volumes about the status of affairs in this state. But we don't take credit for whole of this entire gamut of the things. Within that, the premeditative murders like among rowdies, any political motive, caste motive, communal motive, there is a great decline in that itself. The number of cases, if I can quote to you from our this thing, is that like and even first 4 months of this year, we have seen compared to last year about 24 murders lesser compared to last year itself. The convictions of the so-called rowdies is the highest in 12 years in last year. And if you take, I'll give you figures like January to April period, if it for 21, 35 murders come in this category, which is revenge rowdy murders. 29, it reduced 29 in 22, and last year it has reduced to 22. So this is how the decline in that category also is there. So,
but when there is a serial killing like trend, the public perception is different. Don't you think that's worrying?
There have been reporting of cases of murder for gain or murders in a specific area in Tamil Nadu, over last 2 or 3 years, there were some cases which got detected. Worrisome was the last few murders where elderly couple got targeted. So for that, two action plans were drawn in. One was preventive, one was reactive. Preventive to see that because a gang is on prowl or somebody is on prowl who is doing this, the modus operandi showed that maybe it's same group which is doing it. And teams were formed for detecting the case also. So we have detected those cases, and then last almost like about 1.5 months, we have no case at all of this kind. So there were cases, but by proper investigation, they have been detected. And a preventive plan is in action now to see that things don't happen. Like, for example, I'll tell you example. I'll just give up that. We have something called as a register called as Part 1, where we have the property offenders who have come to notice. From 2011, we have taken these list, and now we are verifying, vetting each of them. So, such is the depth of the reaction of police here.
The criticism is that police, in a sense, are lukewarm, and increasingly there is no sense of fear for police or for law among offenders.
No, the police is not here to create fear amongst anybody, first of all. We are actually, if anybody is afraid, we are rather here to assure them that don't be afraid. So we are not some scary crows going around to scare people. Criminals, yes, definitely there is a system of doing it, but we do not go out of the legal justice system. What is the provision of that? I will deny it totally. For example, just now I recounted some of the cases, how they have come down. I'll bring to your notice the convictions that we have obtained. Like last year, the number of convictions was highest in 12 years. We got 150 rowdies convicted for more than 10 years of this. This is a bit subjective assessment to say that criminals are not afraid of police. I think the indirect insinuation is that we should be extrajudicial or do out of the legal ways, which Tamil Nadu police is not in favor of. With proper legal system, we have statistics, everything, and I've given you statistics of reduction in the murders of with rowdy motive and all. So I think we should pursue that line of action, which we are doing as of now, and definitely if the basic premises of law order and public peace won't have been good, the state won't have attracted such a huge population from outside, 9.6 growth and all that.
But human rights activists also point out that there have been 18 encounter killings in Tamil Nadu over the last few years, and no action has been taken against trigger-happy police in that sense.
No, the thing is that this encounter thing, basically police is entitled to use force in self-defense. Because if we don't do that, then who else will do that? Because we are the first layer which comes in touch with, interface with criminals, etc. At times, based on the situation, the officer at the spot takes the decision. There have been cases of police opening fire and the concerned person getting killed. But I'll give you statistics like in self-defense, police has opened twice the number more time the fire, and person has been injured and incapacitated and captured instead of getting killed. So that clearly shows that it's
That's
not
off late, but
no, it is statistics of last 3 years. Like same period you're talking of encounter, same period. So it is twice number, 36 plus is the number where fire has been opened plus they have been injured or something, incapacitated to capture them or not let them harm the police party. But where there is no other go, there have been instances, but it's not that it's without check. In each case, there is an independent inquiry done, which is a magistrate inquiry, and for your kind information, in none of them the police has been indicted. And on top of it, Tamil Nadu has not seen any death in custody in last almost like 22, 23 months. From August 2022, we have no death in custody.
But we've had instances of custodial torture, the one in Tirunelveli, for instance,
No,
involving...
I'm talking about August 22 onwards. Right. You're talking of before 21 era. I'm giving you this figures. There have been instances earlier, that's what I'm saying. So there's improvement. In each aspect of policing, there is substantial improvement.
But in all these cases, the police opening fire and killing them has been justified?
Yeah. Few are under still inquiry. like latest ones. Rest all, the police has not been found fault. It has been justified that. Otherwise, there will be either a departmental action or a criminal case instituted. That's how the procedure goes.
There's nothing like such officers would be rewarded, which in a
way-
sense motivates them or encourages them to be more trigger happy.
No, I clearly told you that the word trigger happy is not right. The word encounter is not right. The word is self-defense. We don't reward people for killing people. It's not that they're killing people, but like I'll give you instance of in Namakkal, there was a particular place where the officers had to open fire in self-defense. There was this big container lorry which was carrying criminals, ATM heist criminals from Kerala and all. And then those people were rewarded also later because they did a good job of stopping this vehicle which was otherwise going amok. And while chasing itself, it hit about 3-4 vehicles. Luckily, nobody got injured or died. So there we do appreciate the officers' action because they are putting their life in the line of duty in danger. But not that we promote it, anything like that.
Anything you can say about that case of custodial torture by an IPS officer in Tirunelveli, where he was?
I think the case is sub judice now.
Right.
The trial is going on. In last few, I think yesterday also there was a trial. So sub judice case we will not be able to speak about.
But the question is, why wasn't he arrested when he was accused of pulling the tooth of the accused in the station?
Why was he arrested?
Why wasn't he arrested?
Why was he arrested? This is the investigating agency's discretion. We must have a look at it. And this is being investigated, now charge has been filed by Premier Agency of Tamil Nadu Crime Branch CID. So there is discretion of the officers concerned based on what situation where, but I cannot go into it all of this now because case sub judice.
There is also worry about large movement of drugs from ganja to methamphetamine to even cocaine, triggering worry among parents that in a sense Tamil Nadu or cities like Chennai are turning into a hub for drug smuggling and large consumption among youngsters as well. What is being done to check this? What's the challenge behind this?
No, I must give you the statistics on this. There was a survey done by the government of India. It's called Magnitude of Substance Used in India. But throughout India, they went around and did the survey. It is about, I think, 3 or 4 years back. And the use of cannabis, one of the drugs, in Tamil Nadu was 0.1%, 35th position in the country. So, to say that prevalence of drug is very high in Tamil Nadu statistically is not correct, you see. And this is All India survey by Government of India. And there are different drugs. I gave you for all the drugs everywhere. The prevalence and consumption of drugs is one of the least in country as per the statistics in Tamil Nadu. Apart from this, we are the only state, I believe, which has a inverse ratio phenomena where the drug prevalence is less statistically proven, but our crime, that is the number of cases we register is very high. So our effort of supply reduction is huge. It's not that we have less drugs so we register less cases, but that effort is huge. There we are almost at the 8th place in the country from top, like in number of cases. Seizures.
But conviction-wise?
Conviction-wise, we are 80% plus. Our conviction rate in NDPS Act is 80% plus. This year, we review it every fortnight, conviction rate. This year, I think as of now, we are at about 78% in the first 5 months. And we will be beyond, we'll be covering 80% by the end of the year as well. So this part is statistically not correct, but is the issue of drug important in Tamil Nadu? Yes. It is a transit state. We don't cultivate any drug. We don't manufacture any drug. Unlike many other states where the drug can be cultivated or manufactured also, Tamil Nadu doesn't. We are victim state that way. We have flagged it repeatedly in the forum of coordination, etc., saying that other states should take effort to see that drug doesn't come to Tamil Nadu. They should stop it. If it's coming across border or from their state, they should stop it, these drugs. We have been sharing list of accused now for financial investigation with them. And we are transit state for Sri Lanka. For example, the cannabis, almost about 100 plus kg cases, almost 70% is meant for Sri Lanka of that kind of drug. So we are requesting the central agencies also like NCB, Narcotics Control Bureau and others to profile these, work on this coordination part to see that we do not get victimized in this war against drug. And as I told you that enforcement rate is pretty high. We know that until a state works on demand reduction, especially on drugs, the supply reduction alone won't suffice. This is one of the rare states where a mission management unit has been established now, which is solely going into aspect of demand reduction by education, rehabilitation. A survey is going to be conducted shortly. These are some unique efforts which are being taken in this state. So prevalence of drugs is definitely nominal there, but we are on top of it. We are controlling it through supply reduction, and now we're going to demand reduction as well.
Do you think it's also equally important to focus on curbing it completely than taking umbrage that we are among the lowest in the country?
No, definitely the idea is that we should be a drug-free state. If you should see our slogan, it's a drug-free Tamil Nadu. That's our slogan basically. Steps are taken towards that. That's why I'm saying that these statistics I gave you because you asked me that the prevalence of drugs and all. I'm not taking umbrage under it. The efforts have to be made to see that we are a drug-free society. We are one of the rare states where anti-drug club by a government GO has been established. Now many of the schools and educational institutions, we're going to have competition among themselves shortly for awareness, etc. and all. Demand reduction is a major aspect that I'm telling you. If both join hands, definitely we can be a drug-free state in the long term.
Cyber crimes again turning into a huge challenge. Lots of people are losing big money, while many are being arrested. When it comes to recovery of the lost money through online scams, not much is being reported. What's the challenge behind this?
There is this worry, which is very genuine worry, because in cyber crime, the criminals, they layer money very fast. We have had, I'll give you one example, like 1.7 crore being lost. This guy is made to transfer fraudulently into another bank, and within 1 hour that money has got layered. In that account is no money. Right. 1 hour it has gone to 100 accounts. First 1 to 10, from those 10, each 10, 100 accounts in 1 hour. So when we get into the tracing aspect, the time taken, etc., it is more than what the person can online do the thing and then get away with that. That's why we have now, this is a all India phenomena, and there is one I4C with Government of India. They have instituted a particular mission for the cyber crimes. We have tied up with them on a lot of these aspects to be expedited. For example, now we have the control room tie-up on 1930, where the money can be frozen much faster, because freezing money is the first thing. Getting criminal is second part, but freezing money, if you don't freeze money, it goes, getting criminal is like the person has lost money. It's like half the effort done. We are also trying to see whether we can work on this APIs or those interfaces with bank, where once the data is fed in, you don't need nodal officers to come in and then freeze, rather automatically frozen. One of the banks has already facilitated this, now we're going for others. So this, the war against cyber crime is an ongoing thing, evolving thing, and we are making a lot of efforts on this aspect to see that things are done. There is now in Tamil Nadu a dedicated wing for that, and we are also training cyber volunteers. We are also in due course likely to send our officers to I4C control room on deputation basis in rotation, because the nodal officers sit there, the action is much faster. We have 1930 which has been refurbished now recently, and now we are managing in 3 shifts about 50 seats. There are a lot of efforts coming in, but most important thing I like to tell, because we have a forum where we can reach members of public, is that in cyber crime 99% the data is given by us, or we have fallen in trap because of the lure of money mostly. So let us not first of all try to share any of our data, OTP, bank account number. Nobody asks this generally. Right. And second part is that who will give you 10, 15, 20, 30% return? Somebody assuring that kind of money to you, I think we should be wary of that.
Atrocities and crimes against scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. The one I can point out specifically is the Ndtv-val case, which took several years, at least a few years, for you to make arrest. The perception is unless the courts intervene, the police only try to hush it up. Large-scale acquittals also in these cases. For example, in the 2013 Marakanam violence case, recently 72 of the 97 accused were acquitted, raising questions on the quality of investigations in these cases.
No, this the incident of Makanam is 21 and before 2013 case basically. So it's already done and dusted before 21 and like so. Yes, case got acquitted, but I will not like to go into such an old case to talk. But today's situation I can talk about, like we have a definition of atrocity prone area which is defined by union government. So throughout country same norms are followed. Tamil Nadu is one state where progressively we have decreasing this atrocity prone areas. These are defined by way of how many cases taken place in the area, repeat cases in the area, petitions coming. So very scientific method of defining atrocity prone area. We had 445 in year 2021, which has gone progressively down 430, 394 to 362 as of 2024. Now, these cannot be fudged because these are national standards on which everybody judges and we have same figures. We have the cases which we are talking about, we have reduction in the cases getting reported last year compared to 23 again. So, like if it is not, it's going up, there should be something. Now again here, like crime against women and children, if there is some discovery factor, it's always welcome because this is again social crime, but it has gone down particularly. The conviction of, we have special courts for the conviction in these cases and that's all being pursued. I like to tell you that the seriousness of this class of cases that every month in Chief Secretary's Law Order Review meeting, the other Dravida and Welfare Secretary and our IG Social Justice and Human Rights give a presentation on this and all aspects and discussed in detail. So, one case which you referred to is Ndtv-val case. There CBCID investigated. Some of the cases do take time based on the complexity and all. But however, the case has now been filed in the court, charge sheet. The court has accepted the contention of CBCID and trial is on now in that particular case. So there may be instances once here and there, but overall if you see, it's not like that.
What was the challenge in the Ndtv-val case where allegations of human excreta thrown into a drinking water tank that supplied water for SC community there? What was the challenge? It took so long for you to make those arrests.
This case is right now sub judice under trial as of now, so we cannot discuss the nitty-gritty of the case. But when a case with the CBCID, every week the case is reviewed by the hierarchy there. And sometimes there may be issues with respect to the forensic thing, like they had some things like reports come in not matching, then again going this thing. They further steps of lie detection test, a lot of things were happening. So they were not sitting on the case. The case was progressing. Sometimes progress may be slow, but I won't go into all aspects. Let the court decide on the merits of the case.
Don't the police try to generally hush up these cases? For example, be it temple entry denial for Dalits, be it two-term system. Even the court recently had made some observations, the Madri bench.
But where has police tried to hush any of these cases? Any instances to notice?
When you don't apply or invoke the right provisions.
No. If police does not invoke, there are many forums where this can be agitated. I don't think we have come under fire from any of the forum for not invoking the proper sections or proper cases. None of the forums. Anecdotal one or two cases may be there, but as a state,
Madrid bench recently.
No. We have not. One or two anecdotal cases may be there. That is possible. Like that happens in a case of hurt case also and all. Sometimes a particular IU and all. Here in our this thing, because it gets reviewed at the level of the district level vigilance monitoring committee, there are safeguards and checks for each and every these things. So if statistically or incidentally if it is spoken about, we can talk, but anecdotally 1 or 2 cases may happen. That is the part of Six Sigma phenomena. In general or mostly, as I am saying, it's not so.
Another, what we hear from public, although there is a provision to file online complaints, many say it's not acted upon. No FIR is registered, and ultimately public will have to go to the police station, pull strings to get FIRs registered. Don't you think in a state like Tamil Nadu, where we have a good IT presence and infrastructure available, this shouldn't be a problem actually?
Yeah, I must tell you that actually, how do we judge it? Like, for example, so when a person doesn't get his grievance redressed in a particular forum, let us say station level, he scales it up. He or his lawyer will scale it up. So, how many petitions do I get? Like, for example, I'm at the apex now, so it may still be filtered. So, we have a system of knowing in how many cases when the petition came to us, there was a complaint of non-registration of the case. One is like other things like my property, this, that, etc. But non-registration of the case, these are very minimal numbers, like almost nil. We are, I think, one of the rare states again where there is a reception officer system. Each station has 2 people who sit and lodge their petitions straight away in a system with the receipt to you, which is our online SCRB grievance registration system. So, apart from that, I'll give you one more example of this. Like Mudalvaran Mugvarin is there, which is one portal where you can put, anybody can put. It is not that it can stop you.
Right.
Any petition you can put, anybody can put. We have so far received almost 6 lakh plus in that. And 50% is the sampling rate in that, which is very rare. Nobody gets 50% feedback.
They've been addressed, you mean?
No, the feedback is like how many petitions have come, how many people we call back to get their feedback, what happened to their petition, are they satisfied or not. There are few parameters. So generally sample are 5 to 6% any place. 50% is the sampling of feedback in the Mudalvaran Mugvarin, and in police department only 1% is the category of dissatisfactory. 1% only, the least. So the systems are in place, yet we do not say it's not possible. Now new things have come up, like zero FIR has come up. We have almost registered more than about 200 zero FIRs now. We are also receiving zero FIRs from other states and all. So there may be instances somewhere. We do not say totally that we are perfect, but there have been considerable improvement in all these aspects. Like receptionist system has started about 2 years back in full-fledged way. Mudalvaran Mugvarin has come in. We ourselves have our own online portal. So you can easily sample out. Like nobody can stop you from filing an online complaint.
But no action taken, that's the worry.
No, it's not true. It's not true, because as I told you, if the action won't have been taken, this satisfaction rate won't be 99%. No, it's 50% feedback, 50% sampling. Where did it happen? Nowhere. With that, we have 99% satisfaction rate.
So you mean to say when someone files an online complaint, action is taken?
Oh yes, definitely. Why not? There may be some. I told you there may be some instances, like few of them, where not, but most of it definitely gets done.
How does the Tamil Nadu police use technology, especially when history sheeters cause so much of trouble? What kind of system you have to trace, track and avert? We
have the profiling of history sheeters, especially of bodily offences, which we call as rowdy history sheeters. We have an app called Parandu, which maintains the digital profile of all these history sheeters, which update their status, like if they are in jail, when they are released, if they are attending court, all is monitored. Apart from this, we have the FRS, like facial recognition system, which we do, and that performance is pretty good for that. We have made so far 54,000 plus identification using FRS, of which 220 were identified with previous criminal antecedents as well. We are one state which has got the best EBEAT award in the country, This is called Smart Kavlar app, where we task by drawing beats and the task like code, monitoring of bad characters, etc. And we got first prize throughout country among all police forces last year. Under this we have so far almost have around 11 lakh tasks in that particular aspect, tasks completed and all that. One of the statistics, for example, I'll give you is that senior citizen check in that, which is 6,000 plus again. So the proof of pudding is in eating it, basically. So I gave you stats of rowdies. If you talk about that conviction, like 150 plus, 10 years plus last year, which is highest in 12 years. With this motive, numbers of murders, how they have come down to single digit now. So all this indicate that we are on track. Few more things we are starting in now coming year. We are trying to do hot spotting of crime, GIS based. So this will also help us dynamically apply our manpower to those areas. Like today or this month, this area is getting a bit hot, so it needs more visible policing maybe. If we deployed manpower and visible policing, if it got reduced or not. So cause-effect relationship also will bring in due course of time.
One concern among police personnel in Tamil Nadu, technically a large bunch of them are allowed to go on a weekly off, but they don't get to take that. Why is it? And what's being done to address their stress, depression and their mental health?
The welfare aspect we have addressed in a huge way in last few years. Weekly off also is a recent phenomenon. Weekly off for the rank up to head constable, and sub-inspectors are giving fortnightly off. We have been making effort and giving most of them weekly off. At times when there is stress, when the manpower requirement is very high, we have those seasons like Tirunamale Bandobast. When it comes, we need almost entire state force. When we have Tevar Jayanti, mobilize almost in state. Pongal time, we are slightly tight. Sometimes we have to request our personnel that period weekly off, maybe rotate it a bit. But statistically, we checked up. We are giving on the average 3 weeks out of 4 weeks off to all personnel. Statistically, we have checked that. In due course of time, with the next recruitment coming up, most will improve this figure further. The stress management part of it, I think we are again, only state to run a program by name Magilchi. We did a well-being profiling of people. State government gave us 10 crore, and where we profiled people who had stress, psychological stress, which affected their work-life balance, family life, output at the work. And we have started a program where we should take it end to end, because if we can bring back one man also back to the track, it helps us, because anyway we are paying him and his output is not appropriate, his family is suffering. So those aspects of welfare we have worked a lot. We have opened Magilchi in Chennai, in Tiruvarur, in Madurai. Just last month we opened in Coimbatore also. All these are with government sanction, and as of now we have almost it's 1,300 plus personnel, 1,364 personnel who have benefited from this and come out of like alcohol addiction and all. We have great reviews not only from these people but for family members also, because many times the family is much happier than the person concerned himself. Apart from this, we do have for women personnel a lot of work-life balance measures. We started Anandam for them. We have got free travel passes we are giving to all the personnel. Creches have been started at all districts. We have 51% plus housing satisfaction in this state, which is pretty high compared to other states. So the medical checkup facility has been given by government. The grievance redressal, again for the police personnel, camps are being held regularly. In last 1 year alone, among the revision petitions, where the last resort petition we call it, for punishments being awarded to police personnel, I have cancelled 1,000 plus punishments, which are minor punishments. Right. Like 2013, somebody was absent for 10 days and he was punished then, so I have cancelled it now. So this welfare is something which cannot be lip service. It has to come from heart. And in Tamil Nadu, I think we are one of the states which really take care of its personnel. And we are improving upon it.
But police are stressed.
We are all stressed in a way, definitely, because the nature of job is like that. That's why in police we need more efforts towards work-life balance. Because I'll give you example of a police personnel. He goes to station. So people come with complaints only there. So there's some sort of a negativity which builds on. Then he has to rush to some accident site. So he sees a gory sight of two bodies like which are in very bad shape. Goes to a murder site like this. So stress gets built up. In police, definitely we need more awareness and more efforts to de-stress our personnel and take care of their welfare.
Your message to public?
Well, a few things are there. First of all, I will say that there has been some effort, I believe, to say that law order is a bit on the downslide in Tamil Nadu, or the crime against women and children is on the rise in Tamil Nadu. I will say that let us see statistics, let us see actual ground feel, and based on that public judge it. And the second part is that bit of awareness, like everywhere, be it drugs, the charity begins at home. And I told you supply reduction, whatever supply we reduce, it will only may lead to increase in street price, substitution of drug and those phenomena. So demand reduction, say no to drugs, which individual level we have to start. Crime against women and children, like especially children, let us teach them what is good touch, what is bad touch. Let us not shy away from reporting if a case comes to our notice. Cybercrime, let us try to be aware that there are no free lunches. Nobody is going to double your money in 2 years' day. So be careful when you part with your money. And I have seen people losing 6 crore, 8 crore rupees on these lure scams. So my thing is that the safety begins with us, and Tamil Nadu police always is there, whatever help we can be of.
As you get ready to hang up your boots, what will you call as your legacy, something for which you have made significant contribution and has brought about changes?
I will say I was just another soldier, I was just another peg in the entire system, and the entire credit in Tamil Nadu goes to all those men in khaki on streets on whose shoulders the officers like us rise. So if any legacy is there, the legacy belongs to my men, not to me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shankar Jiwal, for your time. That was Mr. Shankar Jiwal, Tamil Nadu DGP and head of the police force, talking to us. Hope you liked it. See you next week, same time. Goodbye.
Thank you.